accident. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Hello and welcome to Dodge Central. My name is Jonathan Wilkie and I'm joined by Alex Such, and we're here today to commentate Kwak Dodgeball Club versus Manchester Worker Bees.
Hello everyone.
In round 2 of the English Dodgeball Foam League. Thank you very much for joining us. Here we have a much different looking Worker Bees team from last meet, with no Aidan Woodall but an Alex Bembridge adding in and other players across the board, and Kwak representing themselves for the first time. This is their 4th game of the day. It's a long day for them, especially on the Sunday, considering they played League on the Saturday. Alex, you were there?
Yeah.
How did that affect the games?
So obviously for teams like Kwak, this would have been their 7th game in 2 days. So quite a lot of dodgeball, obviously with the English Cloth National Leagues the day before. And you could definitely see some players flagging a little. I think, just the amount of hours played on court started to affect some people. So there were a lot of substitutions taking place just to give players a bit of rest, make sure no one was overdoing it. And obviously the difference in ball type as well can sometimes be a bit jarring. Shouldn't hopefully be too much of a problem for some of the more experienced players. But yeah, it definitely did start to have a factor, I think, for some.
Yeah, excellent hit there by Fowler on Bembridge after a false start. But Fowler, the creator of Kwak Dodgeball Club, allowing the Bees player to go and collect the 3 balls and getting a round of applause from the crowd. But yeah, a great post throw by Fowler. Another hit on that wing by Fowler, as we're talking about them, leading from the front with Llewellyn on that other wing. Bees down to 3 players already.
Yeah, quite hot out of the gates. They, did have a fairly strong performance across the day, coming away with, from the first 3 games prior to this, 2 wins and 1 loss.
Block there, and a revenge hit by Fowler after the block. Storch sending it. 2 ladies left in. So this league is a 4-2 mixed league with 4 open spots and 2 female spots on it. Oh, hit there.
Great shot.
On Vach Skolnick. Single there in the middle by Dixon, making his long-awaited re-emergence in the British dodgeball scene. Standing counter there from Fowler, not managing to make the hit. Play resets on any ball thrown.
Yeah, to many of our cloth viewers, there are definitely some slight differences to the rules between the cloth and foam format. We won't go through all of them today, but there will be a link in the description if you'd like to read up on some of these differences.
Yeah.
One of the main...
So
after you.
No. Kwak happy with giving Bees 4 balls here.
Oh, and a great block.
Trying to get them on the post throw. Good target selection there by Fowler. It's a lot harder. It's a lot easier to survive when you have 2 balls to block with. They're basically, you can see they're rinsing and repeating here, not allowing Bees to really get the opportunity to post throw and counter, which is where you see a lot of hits come, especially late game in these sets.
Yeah, smart from Kwak, trying to keep them on the back foot, but a great hit from Bees there will send Fowler to the outbox.
Fowler jumping the gun there a bit. You can see he made a slight movement before. Bees capitalizing on that, and a strong block at the back.
Yeah, and a key difference between the foam and cloth format, one which you'll be seeing come into effect a lot on these games, is there is no individual set timer. The 20-minute timer for the half applies to all of the sets. So this individual set will go until that time does run out. So it's not like Kwak can just wait for the 3 minutes to be up like in cloth. They will actually have to see this set out.
And we play 20-minute halves with a 1 minute, a 1 minute sudden death at the end. Strong block there as Llewellyn sends the post throw.
Yeah, great blocking from the Bees girls so far.
Foam allowing these kind of comebacks to come back a lot more than you see in Cloth. With Cloth, the time restrictions, 2-ball counter.
Yeah, great double running
Phillips with the post throw. Yeah, great 2-ball attack there. Not often you see a double running counter in Foam, but when used properly, they are mighty effective.
Yeah, I think definitely seeing some of the Cloth tactics coming through from some of these players. Obviously, it is the format that's more predominantly played in the UK, so it is quite ingrained in some of these players' minds.
A strong one-hand block there by Llewellyn. Great block. A bounce there by Llewellyn. Dodge there by Dixon. And a hit there.
Good honesty there from the Bees.
Great hit by Dixon, yeah.
Yeah, strong throwing from the Kwak side in that first set. Obviously, some fantastic blocks from the Bees girls later on, but early hits, unfortunately, were the downside.
And Peitan joining us on court. And I believe that was Ching Su left in at the end. I think that's Chris Chang there making that hit onto Fowler. We apologize if we do get any of the names wrong. We are using contextual knowledge that we have of the players. As you can see, the Bees team, they're not all wearing shirts, and they're certainly not wearing the shirts with their names on the back, at least, or most of them aren't. So there's a hit there on Ben Rahman, or Rahuma, sorry, I believe.
Yeah, great throw from Ross Llewellyn, who also then leaves the ball after the retaliation from Bees.
Oh, that may be Daryl Turner. Or I think Daryl Turner's a ball retriever.
Yes, I think Daryl is in the red jacket on the left. Kwak will be happy to take that standing counter from Bembridge there. Resetting with 4 balls. Oh,
block there.
And a great catch from Storch.
So a catch has been called. Bembridge there claiming a hit, but we didn't quite have the angle for that here. All of the Sheriff's refs calling a catch.
Yeah, no.
There's a hit on the retaliation.
Yeah, no refs calling a hit. Not seeing anything at least.
Play being called to continue. Fowler with a single there. Van Murik joins us on court. I believe we have Mikey Bailey on the team sheet, but is not on court, or isn't in the 8 players that we can see representing. The conversation's still continuing about the hit. The refs have called nothing. Fowler doesn't manage to get that block across. Chris Chang making the hit.
So yeah, just very quickly, I believe on the day, Mikey Bailey was actually promoted up to the ones before games started. So he did actually spend majority of his time playing for the Killer Queens. Oh, great blocking from Dixon.
By Dixon. No hit there. I believe a few of the players on this B side of Malaysian origin.
You would definitely be correct. I know Pei is certainly is from when
I know
playing with her at university level in Nottingham.
Yep, Wei Yap who is in the outbox in that white and black shirt. I cannot remember the name. It's a team that I watched at, when I watched the Asian Pacific Internationals games. I certainly cannot remember the name. My knowledge of Dodgeball of that area of the world isn't as strong. B's loving to play this kind of two. They're being forced to come forward with 4 balls there. Sophia Vamrick being hit potentially on her hair, but line faulting as she falls off the back of court. Storch, a clean block there for the player in the middle. But B's not opting to play aggressively with the 3 balls, but definitely coming forward with 4.
Storch looking for her second catch of deflection.
Oh, excellent catch there by Ross Llewellyn. It comes off of his chest, and the one-handed dive. Cheers coming from his Phantoms cohort.
Yeah, spectacular catch there, giving Kwak a strong advantage in this set, up 3 players again now.
Yeah, bringing in James Fowler, who's probably the strongest arm on that Kwak team. There you go.
As you say, strong throw from Fowler means Pei is left in on her own.
Yeah, making herself really small in the back corner. Sorry. Pei's playing this really smart here. You can see that she's barely going over the ball return line. She doesn't want to put herself in a position up court where her block percentage and kind of her dodge percentage will be brought down.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that she's just kind of 2-stepping from the back of court. She's putting herself in as many safe positions as possible.
Oh,
There you go. She takes those 2 aggressive steps, and Fowler releases. Big arm there from Fowler, proving why he's a really early target for this Bees team to get out.
Yeah, great accuracy and speed there from Fowler. Not giving Tan a chance at all.
Yeah.
So that will put this game at 2 points to nothing in favour of Kwak.
A substitution there.
As we are.
Substitution there on the women's side of things. Phillips also on for Storch, and Badley joining us for the first time as Vach Skolnick comes off.
Yeah, a lot of substitutions for Kwak. As we've already said, 7 games this weekend, 4 on this day. Substitutions are obviously important to make sure no one's sort of flagging at all, giving away any weak throws or easy hits.
Yeah, Fowler just dodging into Dixon's knee. He releases there, doesn't manage to make the hit. Bees coming forward with 3. The first set we've seen where Bees haven't been punished quite early on. And there's a trade there as Bembridge and Fowler take each other out. But as I was saying, the first set where we've not really seen a 4-2 ball kind of split. Once again, Kwak with a really, really well-placed 3-ball attack there as they come forward with 5 after that trade. Tan applying the pressure. But normally in these games, in a 5-ball game, you'll see kind of that last ball traded. But a lot of the time in foam, it's possession. You want 4 balls. You don't really want the 3 balls because if you're throwing with 3, you're attacking into a defensive setup with 3 balls to come back at you. And you have to throw 1, so you only have 2 to defend with. If you know the foam game, you'll probably find the advice we're giving or the comments we're giving quite basic, but we are kind of tailoring this towards the British audience or the European audience at least, which is a primarily cloth team. So this is the kind of play you'll see. A team coming forward with 4, releasing a single, and now they have 3 balls in defense coming against 3 attackers.
Yeah, obviously very different to the cloth style, which only played with 5 balls, so a team is always going to have a majority of balls no matter what. You won't get this even split of 3 and 3. Or as you say, 4 to 2.
Yeah. And play ball with an even number of balls. Play ball works on both the amount of players on court and the amount of balls you have. If you have majority, you can play, or you play ball is on you. If you have more players on court, play ball is on you. And if it's even players and even balls, it's the last team that threw. And if it's at the beginning of the game, it's the team that won the last set. Or sorry, if the beginning of the set, sorry, it's the team that won the last one. And if it's at the beginning of the game, it's the team that wins the coin toss, I believe, or decides off of the coin toss. So hit there on Llewellyn.
Yeah, big out for Beast to get there. He's been very strong so far in this game.
Yeah, it's been a real nuisance on that wing. Phillips getting hit through the block. Potentially a dirty block. We can't really tell from that angle. Dirty block being any block on your fingers, as that does not count as a block.
Yeah, another difference to the cloth format. But I believe this is the first time we're seeing an actual sort of advantage go in favour of Bees so far in this game, with one player up.
Yeah, there you go. Another dirty block. Dixon making a clean block. The Bees player missing the catch.
Yeah, Dixon with some nice throwing so far. With numerous outs so far in this game. Oh. But as I'm singing his praises, he does unfortunately step on that back line and heads to the outbox, leaving Badley in on his own against 3 players of Bees.
Yeah, and Badley hit on that first shot, just skims off the side of his knee, playing against his home team. You can see him representing Bees with the shorts he's wearing, but doesn't manage to do anything from that 3-on-1 position. Very well done there by Bees. That's kind of the position that a lot of teams do really well in. When you're down to 3 and 4 players, time's a lot stronger there. So for the cloth players, you might be thinking that Bees full started there. In the foam game, you are allowed to move before the whistle. You're just not allowed to come off the line. So any movement prior to the whistle is fine, as long as you're still in contact with the line. Something I know Team GB struggled with at Edmonton was that because they didn't have that forward momentum already going, they were from standing starts almost every play. They really struggled. Fowler there called for a line fault.
Supposed to be telling them it was only just. But there's about 3.5 minutes remaining in this half, with the score currently standing at 2-1 in favour of Kwak. Let's see if Bees can even up a little bit. Well, they're making good progress so far.
Badly trying to dodge the post throw from Bembridge, but not managing to make it. I think that's one of those things where, because of the day of league beforehand and the late game, you can see Storch there just warming up her shoulder. That's one of those things where Badly caught between, do I want to make the dodge? Do I want to make the catch? Do I want to block? He didn't fully commit to either decision. Was kind of hit on a lazy dodge there. Oh, and a ricochet catch there.
Yeah, Bembridge saving the life of his fellow Bees player.
So team catches are a thing in foam. If you are caught back in, or if you are caught off of a ricochet, you do not leave the court. I don't suppose you saw what happened to Llewellyn there on the other wing?
No, actually I didn't. I think I was completely distracted by the catch.
It looked like he invalided into the ground, although invalids aren't particularly a thing in foam.
That's very interesting then. Perhaps just taking himself off court.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't really take the cloth habits out of the players. Strong block there by Storch.
Oh, and a good hit, but a great catch.
Makes the hit onto Bembridge.
So a bit of loud communication going on there, just to sort of clear things up from that play, as it might have been a bit hard to tell. There was a change in rules at the very start of this day. The previous rule where you could not make a catch by jumping off court because your feet had to be within the boundaries of the court. However, that rule has now changed, and you can indeed make a catch the same way you would in cloth by jumping off court and catching that ball before you land in the outer area. So
to be a bit more specific, Alex, it's 2 points of contact on the floor.
Thank you.
So even if you were jumping and you landed still on court, but you hit out before you landed on court, yeah, it's 2 points of contact. I believe these are in line with potential WDBF changes, which have been coming through. We've been sent a document about potential changes before Worlds to kind of align the rule sets slightly with a couple of the little differences between foam and cloth, and also to align the cloth rule sets, or the WDBF cloth rule sets, to EDF rule sets. So please go away and read those if you can. We're not going to comment on them now just because they're unconfirmed right now. However, for the purposes of this league, Alex is completely correct. And there was a conversation at the beginning. To add a little bit more context behind this situation, sheriffs, we believe, were not there for that conversation. So all of the line refs were still under the initial idea that that would not have been a catch. They were, you can see one of the league organizers there discussing that with the captains and the coaches of both teams, just to ensure that everyone's on the same page. But yes, some loud communication. Yeah, I'd say it was quite loud.
Yeah, things get heated, people get competitive. But
things get especially heated after 2 days of dodgeball.
Yeah. You're in a stuffy hall with other people all day trying to win a competition. But it looks like the information that is now being discussed with the actual players involved in that play. And I believe Storch should be told that she has actually been called out by Bembridge. Just everything sort of just being cleared up.
And we're starting back up again. Time's being called back on. Kwak with 4 balls here. Vach Skolnick releasing a single and not managing to make a hit. He's now with 3 balls.
Yeah, he has 1 minute to play with until sudden death, if he can survive that long. And a block there, but ricocheting onto his legs. We'll bring this game even now.
I believe the score is 2-2, yeah. So surprisingly, or not, maybe not surprisingly, but each set seems to have gone the way of the winner. And by that I mean they're not close until the end. It's not like we're seeing kind of 3-on-2s and 2-on-2s and then 1v1s. We've seen a few games where Kwak have 6 players on court and then Bees have 6 players on court. So it's very much a both-sided game, I guess.
Yeah, I'd very much agree. I think the first 2 sets from that Kwak won, the remaining Bees players actually managed to survive quite a while. The sets were a bit more drawn out, whereas the 2 that Bees won, I felt they were quite a bit shorter. Perhaps the Bees players, although they're good at throwing the Bees players out early, they're not as good at surviving. So when they're on the back foot, the sets end a bit quicker.
Yeah, big shot there onto Fowler. Reminder that this is no block, so no blocking is allowed.
If you do block, you will be called out. So often you'll see players holding ball and then letting go of it last second. But a great trade
for one. Llewellyn making a hit on the other side, putting us at even on players. Kwak with 4 balls, but that might not be a positive. You can see Tan dropping her ball there. A lot of players like to drop their balls so that there's no risk at all.
Only 15 seconds remaining. Great dodging there.
Vach Skolnick going low. Last ball left.
Oh.
And it's low and it's 4-all.
So that will keep the game tied as we head into this second half. So for our actual foam enjoyers, unfortunately, the rule set is slightly different here. there is only a 1-minute timer for the Sudden Death, just to try and keep the schedule running smoothly here at this league, so that way nothing goes over time. But that will be even.
Nothing goes too far over time.
Yeah.
You can never keep a dodgeball game within its time limits normally.
Yeah, to be honest, you are pretty accurate with that. But yes, we shall head into the half at 2 points apiece, because if a set just goes to a draw, neither side gets the point.
Yeah, Stan off the rush there, badly hit out. So the exit's
very
caught.
nice start. Very nice start to the second half for Bees.
Kwak now with 3 balls on defense. Bees coming forward with 3. Late dodge there by the Bees player, but getting out the way. Bees coming forward now with 3. So this is what we're used to seeing. Single there from Bembridge, hitting out Dixon.
Yeah, his throw going a little bit high onto Dixon there, so Bembridge just putting his hand up to apologise. Good sportsmanship on the show.
Turner coming on from the side of Bees in the middle. And he's hit out.
Yeah, the commentator curse.
Yeah.
Always a thing within sport.
Always happens. Kwak now with 4 balls. So you can see I think this is really smart play from Bees, especially on the post throws there, because with Kwak having to come forward with 4 balls, they are having to release 1. Oh, great post throw from Llewellyn there. As Van Berwick's hit out from the standing, Llewellyn post throw makes a thunderous hit, but is hit out by a revenge hit by himself. A great trade there for Bees, a 2-for-1.
Yeah, some great dodgeball, great throwing all around, but Bees coming out on the positive side of things now with a 2-player advantage. Just Phillips and
Skolnick.
Thank you. I could see it in my mind, but I just couldn't quite pronounce it. Left in for Kwak here. Great dodging from Bembridge, but he fishes for the catch.
That one, yeah. See that, Alex? That's why us professional commentators, we write down the names in front of us. But yeah, Bembridge, fishing for that catch. Phillips with a great placement there.
Ooh.
Just as she gets hit through the block there by Wei Yap.
I think we should stop saying positive things about players. Every time it seems to get them out.
Yeah, Skolnick going low there. Good movement behind that ball. Keeping that ball far away from him to increase the angles on the blocks, so that a small movement can do a lot. He's left him with 3. Yeah, going low, using those 2 balls to block. A great hit there.
Yeah, great aggressive movement up court. Good dodging, good throwing. Reducing that deficit slowly. Just 2 players left in for Bees now.
And he steps off the back of the floor.
It's tragic for Kwak. The second time one of their players has done that now. And a substitution is made on the Kwak side, with Fowler coming back on.
Great low dodge there by Fowler to get out of the way. The ball rolls across. So unfortunate for Bees, giving Kwak 5 balls. They will probably go with a 3-ball attack here. And they only go for a 2-ball attack. I would have gone for a 3-ball attack, so you didn't have to do this. Single there from Fowler. He puts his hands up in
disbelief there, believing he's hit Bembridge out.
I think he believes it's a dirty block. Not called by the refs, regardless of what the players decide the decision is.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Fowler, is then immediately hit on the retaliation from Bembridge as well, adding insult to injury there.
Some gesticulation from Fowler in the outbox. Some great dodging there from both sides, from the post throws and the retaliation there from Bembridge. Seeing that Badley is the only threat on court. Bounce there called.
Unfortunately, didn't have the clearest angle. One of the sheriff referees, one of the line refs, unfortunately, in the way slightly.
As much as the Kwak players and the Bees players may believe they've made hits or not, we have to trust the refs to make the right decision. And as we've said previously, or we do say a lot in the commentators box, we also have the one angle. And whilst I love this angle, this is one of my favorite angles of Dodgeball, it doesn't give you the whole picture.
Yeah, perspective is very important in Dodgeball. Is why we have so many referees around the court, because for one person, something may seem like a hit when in fact it is a bounce or it is a miss. So
Precisely.
for a player, might think they have a hit when they actually don't. And I've definitely been guilty of that many times myself, both as a ref and a player. But unfortunately, as I am talking...
Catch.
Amazing
catch there in the middle. That's the kind of stuff that happens with these foam balls, because they are so malleable and they're kind of squishy. Sometimes they can just lodge in your body.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Llewellyn plays victim to the physics of the foam ball as he heads to the outbox.
Oh, what a shot there from Van Marik. Elisa Storch trying to get the opportunistic throw on Bembridge as he's aggressively coming forward at Badley, but Tan just manages to hit her out as she leaves herself open.
Yeah, strong covering from the Bees side. Punishing the aggressive playstyle of Kwak.
Two-ball attack there. Van Marik goes for the post throw, dodges out of the way. The ball rolls back over, leaving Kwak with 4 balls. Smart there to have 2 balls in the middle. And they've sent 3 at Bembridge, and it's paid off. And given possession over 2 Bees. Great play there from Kwak, and it's worked out really well for them. Kwak come forward. The ball goes high. Bees player goes low.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of karma. The same 2 Bees players that were left in on their own in the first half.
Badley takes the shot. Maybe tiredness is playing and fatigue is playing in effect now. The Bees players kind of spiking into the ground a bit earlier than maybe they'd want to. Good dodging there by...
Oh, and a great hit from Badley, though.
Badley makes the return here. He's been threatening for the past few phases. Paytan left in on her own. You can see the left curl there from Badley as he releases it. Smart play here from Kwak, in my opinion. You're leaving a player to do a lot of work on her own. However, Vach Skolnick decides the catch is there and he's going to go for it.
Yeah, making up for his earlier blunder by stepping on the back line. A little bit of a confidence booster, jumping up and snatching that ball out of the air.
We're now 3-all. Trade there. Oh, and a ricochet off of Phillips onto Llewellyn, who tries the one-handed catch but doesn't manage to get it. I was going to say, interesting that they are sending Fowler up to run, one of their biggest target and probably their highest priority target. He comes
does
forward.
appear to have just hurt his ankle, maybe.
Yeah.
Shaking it off, though. Doesn't want an injury sub. He's going to push through it. Yeah, I was going to say, potentially a bit of a greedy play from Llewellyn there. Maybe it would have been more important to just play his own life, not try and fish for the rebound catch.
Yeah, I think it's a tough one because rebound catches are so effective. Because you're saving a player and also taking a player out on the other side. I would say that once again, fatigue must be coming into this. Like, he sees the opportunity and he goes, yeah.
Doesn't quite commit, though. His arm goes out, but his body doesn't really go forwards to meet the ball at all.
That's a great hit from Fowler there. Catching the player completely off guard. Block there from Badley. Two of the Kwak players come forward. Tries to trade. Turner tries to trade with Storch, but doesn't manage to make... Neither hit comes through.
A Borgia error is called there.
I don't know why only one ball has gone over. That's maybe a WDBF rule. That only one ball gets sent over for a ball retriever error. Fowler,
almost the backline infringement.
Almost coming towards that backline. Badly goes low. Gets hit out by the lovely shot by Wei Yap there.
Won't go for free, though. He does take out Tan.
So this is a situation where Kwak will do really well with. When you have three players on court, everyone can have a defensive ball there, so everyone is a threat. It's also a lot about the calling now from the B side, is what calls they want to make. Fowler giving away that possession, gets out of the way of the post throw, just checking where his feet are. Fowler, one of the two British players to go to the API last year. James Fowler and Henry Skinner of Something Dumb were both there. I believe they had a very good time. Fowler spoke to Fowler about his time there. He said he watched the final between Goat and Blitz, I believe. Or it might have been Saints. But he said that Goat were the best domestic dodgeball team he's ever seen play. So this is smart play from Kwak. Keeping their three balls.
Oh, and a great hit from
Giving yourself opportunities like that, where a player maybe backtracks slightly too slowly and gets hit out on the backtrack. 3-all, Kwak with 4 balls. Lots of communication from the Kwak side. B's coming forward with 3 balls. So it seems to be Kwak are sending singles at Wei Yap on that wing. Potentially viewing him as one of the high priority targets on this B's court. Maybe one of their bigger threats. Fowler getting hit out there.
Yeah, potentially a little too tunnel vision.
Yeah. Absolutely agree with that.
Loses his own life for it.
The delay ball there. A good idea. But the block coming in nice and succinctly. 2 balls at Vach Skolnick, managing to get out of the way of both of them.
Now it's Kwak with the 4 balls, 2 each. Just releasing the one, though.
Block there by Storch. I think Turner's done a great job there to hold his ground.
Storch really wanting to go for that aggressive counter, but is put off by Turner.
Yeah.
Turner allowing his teammate to get back to court to survive.
Excellent play there by Turner. Oh, just as he steps on the back line.
Unfortunate for Bees, but Kwak do celebrate that out.
Oh, a great hit through the block of Storch. Wei Yap getting under both of her balls there. Great Skolnick sends it at Xuan Su. And a block there. He comes forward. May just make the hit.
A great low dodge and aggressive hit. Similar to his play earlier on.
A first 1v1 of the game? Or was there a 1v1 earlier where Vach Skolnick steps off the back of court?
I think you might be correct. There might have been 2 players, but it was definitely when he's in a similar scenario on his own. I think
it was a 3v1. I apologise.
But this time he's much more aware of the back line, making sure he stays a little bit further forwards.
Great movement there behind the ball, behind both of his balls. Where Yap comes forward, releases. I wanted to say a lazy block from Vach Skolnick, but it's so late in the day. He just blocks it into himself, doesn't do this movement he's been doing similarly, blocks it into his chest. That's a massive set for Bees, 4-3.
And only a few minutes remaining in this half.
An early out at the back of court. Badly not paying as much attention as he probably would have liked to have been, meaning that there's a hit at the back of court and don't convert the trade at the front. Llewellyn there with a single, not managing to find a target.
Oh, it's good trading in the center of the court, but a deflection catch will send Dixon to the outbox.
Oh. Time has been paused.
So I think the Bees players losing track of who is out and who is in after that deflection catch.
I believe they think that another player was caught out when it was in fact Dixon, who was already out for a hit. So Chris Chang there was hit twice. Very clear from Emily Busby, one of the centre refs from Nottingham Sheriffs. 2 hits. Whilst one was a ricochet and a save, the other one still counts as a hit.
Yep, so Chris Chang will stay in the outbox, meaning Bees are only up by 1 player in what seem like will potentially be the final set of the game.
So if this set does not end within the time limit, or without 30 or 20 seconds left, it will go to a sudden death set, in which 3 balls are distributed amongst the remaining players in each team. Or, sorry, 6 balls are distributed exactly in half with 3 on either side. Honeyworkers coming forward with 3 balls. Oh, and a hit there on Van Brick.
Yeah, trusting her block up maybe a little bit too much there, as we've seen from some players so far today. Not just blocking, but also moving laterally.
So it's a hit on Wei Yap. A great curve there by James Fowler. Pei Tang does manage to make the catch, but it was a clear bounce from this angle at least. We're now 3 against 4.
2 minutes left in the set and the half.
Kwak down by a set, so they need to win this in order to get an opportunity to win the game. Otherwise, it's just a straight draw.
Which I'm sure they'll be a little bit disappointed with after getting the win against B's Wands, the Killer Queens, earlier today. Perhaps not expecting quite such a competitive game against the second team from Manchester. But as we say, it has been a very long weekend, and this is a very experienced Foam Bees team.
Bees coming forward with 3 balls. Fowler goes early. Phillips leaves himself up court. Phillips doesn't manage to convert the hit. Fowler playing aggressively just to disrupt that last ball.
I thought he might have actually been releasing there. Bembridge didn't have a ball in hand, so I thought he might have been trying to, execute on the opportunity that was in front of him.
A bounce there on Phillips. Block there by Bembridge. A hit there on Fowler. Bembridge with a great switch of target there. Looked like he was lining up Phillips, but just switches onto Fowler, who was not expecting it. And a hit on the other side of court as well. By Llewellyn, I believe. Block called. And a hit there. A good 2-ball attack onto Bembridge.
2 players apiece now. As no block is now called.
Has been called.
This means that the result of this game can only go in 2 ways now. Either a win for Bees or a draw if Kwak can manage to win this set. Both sides will line up with 3 balls each. And a 1-minute timer will be set to decide this game.
Bees with the priority to throw. He goes from downtown to throw the ball.
Almost sniping the feet of Phillips.
Casually gets out of the way. A bounce there.
Kwak with 4 now.
Yeah. Strong hit there by Llewellyn. Pei comes forwards. Llewellyn catches her up court. He misses the first one. Pei goes low. Onus is on Kwak. They're watching. You can hear the calls for the free throw. Pei gets out of the way. No hit. The ball just rolls over and back onto Kwak's side. All Kwak need to do is survive to draw this game. No hits there. Llewellyn goes low. He puts himself in a position. There's a release there. Pei doesn't manage to make the hit. Kwak win the set. The score 4-all.
Could not have been closer. A great game there from both sides. The Honey Workers proving probably much more competition than, as we were saying, Kwak were probably expecting. But a great way to end the day, to end round 2 of this English Foam League. Some big moments, some big catches from either side, especially off some of the deflections. Strong throwing from both sides as well. But fantastic to see. An exciting end with the sudden death no block.
And he gets over the second.